Talking Watermelon, retold by Katie Higgins, illustrated by Patrick Gerald Ward. Early one morning, Anansi the spider awoke to the sound of Possum hoeing this watermelon patch. Anansi peered down from the peach tree where he lived to watch Possum's slow process. Anansi salivated at the thought of a meal of watermelon, savored, juicy red fruit. When Possum set his whole sight at midday to take a nap, Anansi snuck down his tree for a snack. While Possum snored, Anansi shimmied down his fine silk back to the rappiest watermelon in the garden. He picked up a small sharp stone to chip away the melon's rind. He made a hole that he could squeeze into. He gorged himself as the juice slid down his 8 spider legs. Just then, Anansi had his fill. He heard a possum stir. Possum will punish me if I am discovered. Anansi said to himself. He waddled to the hole in the rind and one leg at a time. He tried to pull himself out. He was so slippery he couldn't keep his footing. He braced himself against the edge of a hole in the rind and one leg at a time. He tried to pull himself out. He was so slippery he couldn't keep his footing. He braced himself against the edge of the hole. But he was so full of fruit that he no longer fit. "Oh no, I'm stuck," he cried. "Now I'll have to wait until I shrink back to normal size." Anansi laid his head upon a watermelon in an attempt to sleep. He tossed and turned restlessly. "This is so boring." As he pondered his next plot, he heard Possum at the far end of the row. "I know, I will trick Possum into thinking that this melons talk." Possum came scratching with his hoe as he neared Anansi's melon. He heard a sound, quiet as a mouse. "Who is that?" he asked. "It is I, the watermelon," Anansi now yelled. "How sir, watermelons can't talk." Possum said he rattled to his ears. "Possum, you have never been a good listener. Watermelons have been talking since before you were born." Possum could not believe his ears and cried, "Eureka! I must show King Bear the discovery I have made." Off he went carrying the watermelon with Anansi bouncing to and fro inside. He met a raccoon rolling in the dust beside the road. "What's the hurry, Possum?" Raccoon asked. "I'm bringing King Bear a talking watermelon," Possum answered, very proud of himself. "Now I've heard of everything," Raccoon laughed. "You haven't heard me talk," Anansi replied from inside the melon to Raccoon's smart remark. "Oh, what? Who said that?" asked Raccoon. "I did," said Anansi, really enjoying his trick. "You are silly, Raccoon, for not realizing more than animals have speech. Watermelons are more intelligent than you." "Do you believe me now?" asked Possum. "Yes, I do," Raccoon said. "This smart aleck watermelon's something the king would want to see." Along past the King's Bear Grand Den, Possum and Raccoon came upon Gopher, Rat, and Squirrel. Each in turn laughed and pointed fingers until they heard the melon's strange little voice themselves. Before long, they all wanted to hear what the king would say about the oddity. So off they went. When they arrived, the king, a very rosy-looking bear, had just woken from his afternoon slumber and was a bit grumpy. "What is it?" he growled at the animals bowed before him. Possum placed the watermelons on a tree stump before King Bear. "What am I to do with this?" the king asked, continuing before anyone has a chance to answer. "I do not need any watermelons. I have an actress of my own." "This one talks," they chimed in unison. King Bear refused to yet subject from a garden patch. He demanded that the melon pay respect to him if the animal spoke in return. The watermelon just sat there, mum for the first time all day. "What kind of joke is this?" the king rumbled. The melon remained silent. It would be a fool to wait more time. Waiting for you, street treacherous trickery, snarled the frightened animal. You would be a fool to not wait, piped up Anansi from inside the melon. Only a fool thinks watermelons can't talk. Fool, fool, King Bear roared. How dare you call a king fool names? And with that, King Bear picked up the melon in his paws and chucked it as hard and as far he could. The melon flew through the air and landed with a crack and thud, splitting wide open. Anansi was free. He skittered as fast as he could back to the peach tree where his morning started. What a great day! Anansi retorted. Love is fun, made me hungry again. He began nibbling at a large ripe peach above Possum's patch. Possum returned later that day with a sour look on his face. He picked up his hoe and started digging furiously. Melons, he cried. Next year I'll grow something else in patch. Watermelons are nothing but trouble. Perhaps you should grow more peaches, Anansi said with a mouth of pussy fruit. The king is sure to listen to a peach.